Dmitry Kaminin, coordinator of the human rights project Siberia Legal, experienced firsthand how detainees are treated in Russian pre-trial detention centers. A criminal case was brought against him after a series of interviews with former prisoners about torture in correctional facilities. The employees of the pre-trial detention center used violence against the human rights activist when he wrote to the prosecutor's office yet another complaint about the violation of his rights.
One of the employees of the operational department, along with other employees of the security department, forcibly threw me down on the concrete floor and began to twist my arms behind my back with incredible force. This execution lasted about 30 minutes. Then the on-duty assistant to the head of the pre-trial detention center came, put handcuff on me, lifted me off the floor and started trying to tear my mouth with his hands under the pretext of a search. Dmitry Kaminin, Russian human rights activist, in a letter to mother from the publication in Taiga Info.
Russian blogger Nikolai Lebedev also spoke about torture, violence and humiliation by the staff of the pre-trial detention center. He was detained in early November after publishing a video parody of a Russian soldier. After 2 weeks of detention in Sakharovo and an apology on camera, the blogger was expelled from Russia to Moldova. There he was able to speak openly about the attitude towards the detainees in the pre-trial detention center.
They beat me with their hands and feet with all their might. They jumped on me. I lay, I asked them. I talked to them. What would you like? I'm sorry. They beat me for 20 minutes. I was screaming at the top of my voice the whole time.
In the Irkutsk region, the largest cases of mass rape of prisoners of the Angarsk colony number 15 reached the court. There are dozens of episodes in them, but despite this, not all victims were recognized as victims. In total, there are 8 episodes of violent acts of a sexual nature by a group of persons in the case. Among the accused are prisoners who could cooperate with the prison administration.
Developer Gavorin told me that if I didn't confess and take the blame, he and other convicts would rape me, and that he has permission from the staff of the pretrial detention center number 1 for this. I refused to talk, after which Gavorin hit my head against the wall. They also beat me the next day. On the 4th day, without getting a confession from me, they used torture of a perverted sexual nature. Igor Kolosov, victim of violence in a pretrial detention center, from the publication in Taiga Info.
Human rights activist Vladimir Osechkin published photos and videos sent to him from a penal colony in the Kaluga region. According to him, the operatives decided to carry out the so-called educational work with prisoners who refused to go to participate in the war against Ukraine. They did not approve of other convicts being sent to the front line and did not agree to participate in hostilities because of their beliefs. According to the human rights activist, officials in Russia use torture, conveyors and rape to finally suppress the will of the population. Reported by Serhiy Kulas, Natalia Husak, UATV News.